Hi everyone! Today I'm sharing the process of making two quilted panels for a future tote bag. I decided to combine denim in different shades with a patchwork block. I think it should turn out bright and interesting. At least, I hope so. I already have two finished blocks with a very dark blue background and bright accents. To me, these colors work really well with denim. So I decided to use these blocks as the centerpieces for my bag panels. The blocks are sewn from regular quilting cotton. So I'm adding a thin, fusible interfacing to make them a little stronger and more durable. I also cut my denim strips. These are scraps from old jeans, so they are all different shades. I simply used what I already had at home. My strips are 2 inches wide. First, I need to prepare the blocks. These blocks were sewn on paper, using the foundation paper piecing technique. So the first thing I need to do is remove the paper. Now I'm fusing the interfacing to the back of the blocks. I'm pressing through a piece of fabric so the glue does not stick to the iron around the edges. And now the blocks are ready. They feel stronger and a little more structured. Next, I'm preparing the base for my bag panels. For this project, I'm using a simple fleece blanket that I bought in a local home store. It is 100% polyester, but for an everyday denim bag, I think that is perfectly fine. The fabric should be sturdy, washable, soft, and still lightweight. I cut two rectangles 15.5 by 17 inches. That is about 1 inch larger on each side than I need in the end. I'm cutting them a little oversized on purpose. This way I can trim everything neatly later. Now I'm marking the center of the base. This fleece has fibers that regular sewing pens do not write on very well. So I'm using a washable marker from IKEA's Kids section. These markers wash out with water, so they are safe enough for marking fabric. But in this case, my lines will stay inside the panel anyway. They will not be visible in the finished bag, so I can mark the fleece without worrying too much. I place the patchwork block in the center of the base. Then, I line up the design with my center marks. This helps the main element sit nice and straight. The cotton block naturally clings to the fleece a little, so I can simply place it on top without pinning it, and then take it straight to the sewing machine. Now I'm sewing denim strips around the center block, one by one. At the same time, I'm quilting each piece right after I add it. This way, I'm building the design, I'm adding texture, and I'm securing the seam allowances all at once. It gives the panel a little bit of volume. And it also makes everything feel more stable. I hope you enjoy watching the process. And here is the finished panel for the future bag. I added 3 denim strips on each side, and 1 extra strip on one side. That extra part will become the bottom of the bag. The bag will not be square, it will be more rectangular, so one direction needs to be a little longer. And here are the 2 finished panels. First, I'm going to mark the center lines on the fleece again. I'll use those lines to trim both panels evenly, and to make them the same size. Here they are after trimming. The finished panels measure 14.5 by 15.5 inches. I really like how the dark blue background of the blocks works with all the different denim shades. In the next video, I'll turn these panels into a zippered tote bag. Thank you so much for spending a little sewing time with me, and I'll see you soon.